Today we'll be having a look at the Star Wars The Black Series, Migs Mayfield. So let's check him out. So this is the Migs Mayfield figure from the Star Wars Black Series line. This is the way he appeared on Morak in Season 2. They also made Din Djarin in this, this outfit on Morak. Unfortunately, I don't have that figure. They also made, the Migs Mayfield from Season 1, which I don't have that one either. I do plan on getting both of those sometime in the future. And when I do, I will do reviews on them, but so I have, this Migs Mayfield from Morak, which actually I think I like this one better than the other one from First Impressions. But so without further ado, let's get into his packaging. Okay, so he comes in the newer style standard packaging. Usually I try to view with the figures still inside, but this one I already had opened up. So as you can see, he would have been packaged in with the helmet on, which is kind of odd. Usually they package the helmet off to the side, which I thought that was kind of an odd choice there. But it's got a picture of Migs Mayfield on the side from that episode. As you can see, kind of based off that episode, I should say. It's not a direct picture from it, but as you can see, he's got his helmet in his arms there. It says Mayfield Morak on it. It also has the same thing at the bottom, Hasbro logo. On the top, it's got like a window where you can look down in there. On the bottom, there's not much there at the bottom there. On the side, there's not a whole lot there either. So, pretty cool packaging. So this figure only comes with 2 accessories, and one of them being his, sidearm right here. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. There we go. So one of them being his sidearm here, as you can see. And this is, standard sidearm. A lot of stormtroopers, carried in different types of media in Star Wars. And see, it's got like a scope on top of it. It's got where a magwell would be. This is based off a real gun. I can't remember what it's exactly called, but it would have had a magazine there, and it had a stock you could attach. It was like a pistol caliber carbine, I believe. And as you can see, pretty cool stuff. I think we've seen. I think these also came with the Death Trooper and a few other figures. So you can put this in his hand. He can get a pretty good grip on it, and he did use this in the show to kill Balin Hess, I believe. So you can hold it, which is pretty cool. He also has a holster there on his side there where you can store this pistol when it's not in use. The scope goes over the holster like so, and it's pretty good fit in there. So lastly, he comes with his helmet. Now, if you're hearing a lot of rain and thunder, it's storming outside right now, so that's why you can hear a lot of thunder and probably rain too. But anyway, as you can see here is his helmet. It's got some pretty good details on it. It's mostly gray. It's got a black visor. It's also got some brown dirt paint details on it. It's supposed to be kind of dirty. This is supposed to be after the collapse of the Empire, so not everything's up to code anymore. As you can see, pretty cool helmet there. Now, this helmet is also the same kind of helmet that the Imperial Tank Trooper wears, but as you can see, the Tank Trooper's helmet is really undersized compared to this one, and that's because this is just a sculpted head. And this one actually, Migs Mayfield's head actually goes in here, so this one's actually a little more properly scaled than this other one over here, as you can see. Well, especially if you do it from the side angle, you can see how underscaled this other one is. But so you can put this on his head like so, and that kind of helps complete the outfit, which that looks pretty cool. Now he didn't really wear the helmet too much. He only had it on when he got in the transport vehicle, and he didn't put it back on since, I don't think. So he only had it on for like a couple of minutes, but so that's pretty cool. You got that option if you choose to do so. So for articulation, he's got the standard articulation for Black Series figures. He's got a ball joint there at the head, a hinge and a swivel there at the shoulder, a hinge there at the elbow, which is a little stiff on mine. So I got some pretty good ab articulation, waist articulation there. He also got some thigh articulation, which is hindered a little bit by his outfit there a little bit. He's also got a double joint there at the knee, and a hinge at the an ankle pivot at the foot there. So let's go with sculpt, design, and color of Migs Mayfield, starting with his head. And as you can see, this has a pretty good likeness to the actor. I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but I'll show you a picture over there. And so pretty good likeness. It's got like his 5 o'clock shadow. You can see where his stubble is, as you can see. Pretty good. It's got his bald head there, as you can see, and on the back, not a whole lot of detail on the back. So going down his neck there, which is actually a little bit inaccurate, because in the show, I'll show you, he's actually got like a neck piece that comes up, and on the under the collar there, so that's a little bit inaccurate on this figure. Which this chest mold is actually reused from the Minbin Solo figure, and he's still got the holes in the back for the breather mask. This figure didn't come with. So unfortunately, I don't have that other figure, that Min Solo figure, so I can't really compare it. But and so the chest piece is still pretty cool though. It's gray like the helmet, but it's also got the dirt, places on the like on the helmet. So that's pretty neat. It's also on the back there, and see the back has got like that thing sticking off of it and everything. Pretty cool details on it. The his left shoulder pad is also gray with some dirt details on it as well. Now his right shoulder pad's a little bit inaccurate. Then Jaron only had the red on his. Both of Migs Mayfields were gray, so that's a little inaccurate there. You can see he's got his gray outfit going underneath the armor bits, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, he's got his outfit sticking up under his belt there. His belt's got some gray pieces on with some black leathery like material, which is pretty cool. It's sculpted to look like leather. And his holster is sculpted to look like a leathery material, so that's pretty cool. His pants are also gray like the rest of his uniform. And his whole uniform, for some reason, it kind of reminds me of like a old school prison guard or something, like a kind of like in Call of Duty and the Vorkuta mission. It kind of reminds me of the prison guards in Vorkuta, the way his outfit is kind of shaped there. So that's kind of cool. He's also got gray shin pads over his shins there. He's also got black boots, which kind of look like jack boots, which a lot of Imperial officers wore jack boots, so that's probably why. But you can see they're not very clean though. They're kind of got some gray mud on them and stuff, which is pretty cool, because your boots are only dirty when you walk around, so that's just normal. He's also got some peg holes at the bottom of his feet and information, stuff like that. So for comparison time, here is Migs Mayfield compared to the tank driver, which I can't remember exactly what that was called, but I remember it's the one that drives the hover tank, I think is what it's called. And as you can see, I compare these two because they have a very similar helmet, except for the fact that the tank drivers over there is really undersized compared to Migs Mayfield's. So if I turn them both sideways, I get them to stay in the figure has a little bit of balance issues. So if I turn them sideways, you can see how much underscaled the tank driver is. I showed you that earlier when I went over the helmet. So last but not least, here is this Morak Migs Mayfield compared to the Boba Fett, which Hasbro called the throne room, but this is actually the way it appeared on Morak. So that's why I compared these two together, because they're both the same location in these outfits, so that makes a whole lot of sense. They haven't really made a proper Book of Boba Fett and Black Series. They made a Vintage Collection one, but they haven't made a 6-inch Book of Boba Fett, a proper one, because his outfit was quite different in that than this figure. So what do I think of this figure overall? I really like this figure, and it's got some balance issues. That's one thing I don't like about this figure. His ankles are a little bit loose when he wants to topple forward. I had a few issues with that. I had to refilm a couple of times where he had toppled forward. And I'll show y'all at the very end of the video. Sometimes I'll put little bloopers and things like that. So I'll show you that after the outro. So you can stay tuned for that if you want to. But like I said, so balance issues is a big problem I have with this figure. But other than that, I do like this figure. I like the design of it too. And now with the helmet, I don't know if I would display him with the helmet on or not. I mean, I like the helmet. I think it looks cool. But like I said, in the show, he didn't wear it a whole lot, so that's kind of another thing. I don't know if I should, display him like he was in the show or with the helmet on. So that's kind of a, double-edged sword there. I guess it's up to your preference. So if you like this video, see some more Black Series reviews, give me a thumbs up. That'll help me out a lot. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Till next time. Line and the Din Djarin figure from this